Gather round, everyone, and hear again the tale of Drakfu. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday. Man, I have a whole lot of people looking at me from behind. Do I have a hole in my butt? I'm not sure. Welcome back. Happy Monday, everybody. We are back in the tale of Drakfu. So last time, a couple of weeks ago, we got a lot of progress done in Gorgrond, and today we're going to finish it. But first, we have a little bit of garrison business to take care of. I know that it's something that a lot of people don't really look forward to, but it is the beginning of the week, so... Oh, jeez. For some reason, I just have that problem with the camera. All of a sudden, there we go. We have some brand new garrison resources to be able to go use. And we have some new buildings, so let's go ahead and finalize the garrison plots. First of all, moving on. We have Lumber Mill, level 3. And with that, we also have a Lumber Mill work order, which is just going to give us more garrison resources. There we go. It was 30. And then Octron actually has a brand new quest for us, Tree Aside.
Commander, the goblins have brought you a present. They call it the Tree Murderer 9000. What's it do? I reckon it murders trees, but more importantly, it will allow for the harvesting of large timber. Do you know how much timber a large tree holds? Me neither, but I bet it's a lot. There's a large piece of timber ready to be murdered nearby. Why don't you give the contraption a test run? Bring me back whatever it harvests, and I'll put it to good use.
Okay, so we do need to get expert logging done, but we also have a couple of other buildings that we need to go finalize. So first of all, we're going to go finalize the mine. The Frostwall mine. So here's the thing. When you're in the middle of an upgrade, you actually can't use the mine. So once we finalize it, then boom, we will have a brand spanking new Frostwall mine that opens up a whole new area for us to be able to get mineral nodes out of and mine carts. Now we're also going to go all the way over here to the herb garden and finally get level 3 herb garden. Now we can basically plant whatever we want. I'm not too worried about that. We'll probably just keep things random. But there we go. Herb garden, level 3. And we just get additional plots, for herbs to grow. And let's go ahead and take care of Tree Aside right now, just because I want to get it done, and then we'll take care of all of the other errands that you guys don't like or appreciate. So let's see, where is the Tree Aside? Where do we have to go for it? Looks like we go out this entrance. Yeah, this main entrance. And I guess we go all the way over here. This is gonna be fun, I guess. Shut up. So once again, happy Monday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. And thank you also for being patient, as I actually took last week to go work on podcasts and whatnot. I know a lot of people don't really like that, but it's definitely something that will need to be done because, well, podcasts are kind of my bread and butter at this point. So let's see. Continue down the Shivering Trench, I guess. Where am I supposed to go for this Tree Aside? I have no idea. I'm gonna hurt myself to get there. Oh, okay. Well, here's a fishing trainer, it looks like. So this is actually very interesting, and I was going to actually show it off in Gorgrond, but you'll notice these mushrooms here. This is actually a way into the Sea of Zangar. So people might remember Zangarmarsh from Outland. In Draenor, it basically was the ocean, and then the ocean kind of dried up, and we got the Zangarmarsh. But now you actually will be able to get to see the Sea of Zangar as we go along. Oh, it's actually in Gromgar. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. Well, let's get over to Gromgar, and we'll take care of that tree. In fact, that's one of the things that I also do regret that we never got to see from Draenor, is that we were supposedly going to have stuff going on with the Sea of Zangar, and we would actually have to go out there and fight things like fungal whales. Basically the fungal giants, what they originally were on Draenor before Outland happened. And that unfortunately never came to be. Even if it was just a world boss, that would have been fine. Just something to do, and also be able to see a brand new monster design in WoW. Here we go into Gromgar. We don't need to worry about these guys anymore. It's not like they're hard. Oh, there it is. There's our large timber. Large timber is very hard to find, especially in the opening areas. But for this opening quest, they make us do it here. But once you get to the ladder zones, like Nagrand, for example, lots of large timber out there. And so you'll probably want to just go out there, harvest a bunch of large timber, and then just put out the work orders to get yourself additional garrison resources. But as you guys are seeing, garrison resources really aren't becoming a problem for me. There we go. So we get to see the Tree Murderer 9000. Yes, in fact, that is a tree murderer. I'm a mobile lumber mill, built for shredding wood. Stand back! Yeah, that's a nasty looking mech right there. Okay, so now that he's done it, we're just gonna go ahead and use the Garrison Hearthstone to get back. And we'll turn in the quest. And yay, we're getting plenty done. I know that it's all garrison work, but I promise, guys, we are gonna finish Gorgrond today. And then at that point, we're probably going to bounce back to Frostfire Ridge for the additional quest line you get at about 94. Oh, Vol'jin is not the guy that I want to talk to. It is, I can't remember his name. Crap, I just barely talked to him. Octron, that's what it is. Octron. Okay, Octron, we're back.
Speak, friend.
So, tree aside.
Did you harvest that timber sample yet?
Yes, I did.
This is fantastic! This sample indicates massive timber reserves in the large timber found across Draenor. And now, with the Tree Murderer 9000 at your disposal, you'll be able to chop those towering monstrosities down with ease.
There we go. So we get additional garrison resources. Now it's time for us to do our regular farming, so farming break, go! Okay, so we got all of this done, so a couple of things that I do actually want to show off, which is, first of all, we now have these greenskin apples, which is basically like, this is one of the other benefits of the Herb Garden level 3, is that occasionally you'll get these fruit trees that will give you apples. I believe they gave other stuff too, but it's basically like a cooking food, so not only do you eat it, but you get a buff after eating it for so long, giving you plus something in a stat that you need. So in this case, we actually have this greenskin apple, which gives us 75 critical strike for 1 hour. That's helpful, especially if you're out questing. Now, the other thing, too, that I also want to show off before we move out to Gorgrond, and we'll take care of the missions out there, is, let's see, where is the board? With the addition of level 3 areas, you now can assign followers to them. And actually, there were ideal followers that you could put on these buildings to not only, in the case of the mines and the herb garden, increase the amount of minerals and herbs you would get from nodes, but also be able to increase production of work orders. And there actually are ideal followers, both Alliance and Horde, for these particular buildings. And actually, you guys can see that we now can actually upgrade our war mill, so we're going to do that too. Oh, do we not have enough material? No, we don't. We are like 100 below. That's fine. We will upgrade that in a little bit, but I wanted to be able to show that off. The crafting ones also did have it, and you could get these ideal followers, which is why, you know, when we got the 3 follower choice, it was a big deal. Because back in the day, you could optimize one of your buildings, or you could get like an ideal tank follower that had something you didn't necessarily have. That was helpful. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do another quick magic cut while we fly back out to Gorgrond. Okay, we just barely got to Beast Watch, so we're out here. Let's go ahead and take care of the mission table, and then we will head out and complete Gorgrond. So first of all, we had Roll Core. But we failed it. Dang it. But at least we get the bare minimum XP. That's helpful. And then we also had tusks like icicles. And this one we did succeed. So what do we get as a bonus? 200 XP for my followers. That's awesome. We're not going to worry too much about that in this playthrough, but back in the day, experience for followers was awesome because you did need to upgrade them as you went along. And it looks like all of the missions that we have right now are strictly towards follower experience. We can do this one, and I might actually do it because it looks like I got a 99% chance at it. So let's do that and see how well it goes. So let's go ahead and put in the Massive Strike. We'll put in Bluke for the timed battle. And we could probably double this up with Kala. Nope, that's not the 99%. What was the 99%? 93? Kaz wasn't it. Olin? No? Ah, I actually don't know. Lokra. There we go. So Lokra was the one that kept things down. But for 99%, and it will actually give us a soulbound hood. Basically, it becomes an item that we can utilize later on. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then the rest, we'll just send people out for follower missions. So Mulverick will get us the 89%. Then we got 100% with Kaz, and then we'll also send out Vivienne with them. Now we're starting to run out of people. Looks like this is a 2-follower one, and we can... Oh, no, it's 1. You could send out Rala, but I don't think it would pass that well. But we can do this. So, Olin, we'll send you out again for some more Legion chili. And there we go. So now we don't need to worry about that so much. Let's go ahead and start things off again in the questing of Gorgrond. And first of all, we're going to head over to take care of Grokor near the Crimson Fen. So let's head that way. Like I said, I hope everybody's having a good week so far. And again, thank you so much for being patient while I took care of a podcasting week last week. I actually got a lot done. So for those who are actually wondering, well, was it worth it? Yes, it was. I actually got a lot done. That was really helpful. So I'm going to thank you guys, especially for being patient with me on it. But we're back with the Tale of Drakfu, and actually this week is going to be very busy, WoW-related anyway, because we are going to be starting up patch 3.3 content in Dungeons and Drakfus, and we're going to cover it all. We're just going to knock it all of the content out this week. That way we don't have to worry about it, and we can get that much closer to wrapping up Wrath of the Lich King. So welcome to the Crimson Fen. See, this is why I wanted to do the introduction in Gorgrond, because this is actually an example of the Zangar Marsh kind of forming on Draenor. It's like, this is connecting to the Sea of Zangar, don't get me wrong, but now we're actually seeing this kind of vegetation that created the Zangar Marsh starting to happen in Gorgrond. So here is Grolkor. Let's go ahead and talk to him. So Skull Takers in the Crimson Fen.
Meryl sent you, eh? Well, we leave when I'm done here.
Okay.
What is it?
And we have basic skull taking.
My hunters are all dead. You will be my hunting pack now. Find their bodies and take their skulls. I will choose which to honor and which to cast aside. It is...
Oh, jeez.
Excuse me. It is our way. I will go further and see what other skulls may be found here.
Okay, so we need to take some laughing skulls taken. Let's see.
Don't take too long. I don't share skulls.
Oh, yeah, so you basically look for these skull takers and you just start looting them. But first of all, we also do have one from another quest from a dying skull taker. Skull Taker's Revenge. The others...
the others gone or wandered into the haze. It called me as well, but I am too strong. I chose to kill until they crushed my body. I haven't killed enough of them yet, Drakfu. Not enough. Go, kill more of them, and tell my hunt leader that I don't go alone into the dark.
Oh, so we actually do need to kill these fungal lurchers. That's why I wanted to wait. Okay. Oh, and look at this. So a dying skull taker. Oh, and we also got an additional quest, Mysterious Pod. This pod is similar to the ones growing on or near the bodies around here, except this one is pulsating weirdly. Grolkor might know more about this. Okay, so we'll turn that into Grolkor. But let's go ahead and look for the dying skull takers. This might not, or this is not going to be too hard, but we'll take care of the fungal lurchers as we go along. Now you want to watch for the mushrooms, because they actually do put a debuff on you that... yeah, so you feel stronger and faster, but the spores will start to take you over. It's not good. Okay, so here's another skull taker. We're almost done with that. Here's another fungal lurcher. Screw you. There we go. Skull Taker, Skull. Oh, hi, Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. Okay, we need one more Dying Skull Taker. And one more Lurcher, and then we can go turn all of this in with Girl Core. But when it's a Ribcage, it means you've already harvested. Oh, but I can see one off in the distance, so let's take care of that one. Yay! There we go, and last Lurcher. Okay, so let's turn all of this in with Girl Core. It looks like he went deeper into the marsh, so... Or deeper into the mire. Fen, whatever you want to call it. We don't care. Oh, and there's Girl Core. Hi, Girl Core! Okay, let's turn it in. So, basic skull taking.
Afraid you get your hands dirty? They're just bodies now, no need to be scared. This red slime covers everything, even the skulls of my hunters. I'll make a skull taker of you yet, though. Great work.
Okay, so I'm gonna take care of this Lurcher. All right, let's turn the next one. Are you kidding me? Do I still have something on me? I do. Oh, wow, a fungus-covered Shambler. No! Well, screw you.
What is it?
Anyway, what I was trying to say, Grolcore.
Ha! If he, so, Skull Taker's Revenge. If he was that strong, he'd still be alive. Still it is good you did him honor. Did you take his skull by any chance?
No. Serious Pod.
What's this? Let me check if it has a skull.
No, it doesn't. It's a seed. Alright, so now we have 2 new quests.
You're finally here. This place stinks. Let's be done with this mess quickly.
So clearing the way.
The dead ones were the strong ones, it seems. The weak ones wander about killing invaders to this marsh. It feels wrong to kill them, but they are worthless and get in our way. Kill these shambling fools so we can move further into the marsh easily.
Okay.
What is it?
So the secret of the fungus.
It smells here and there are whispers. I feel there is a connection between the plants and the beasts here. Special mushrooms seem to focus the beasts' attention. Go and get some of these for me. I need them.
Okay, well that's not good. So we need to go collect some mushrooms, and I actually kind of wish that we hadn't killed that Shambler now, because that would have counted. Oh well. Well, we'll grab some of these glowing mushrooms, and now you can see a bunch of these fungus-covered Shamblers, and they're not just orcs, they are Draenei as well. Because that's actually another cool part, is when you come in here with the Alliance, you actually help out the Rangari, the Rangers of the Draenei. And one of them in particular is looking out for what is creating this Crimson Fen. And so he's actually disappointed that now we have a bunch of Shamblers of his former brethren that now will not heed the call, so to speak. But thankfully, it's not too hard to get all these Shamblers. I think we're almost done. Yep, we just need one more. And now we just need one more mushroom. So, thankfully, that one didn't attack us, so I'll just go ahead and kill this guy. That's all of our Shamblers. And here's all of our mushrooms. Yay. So, back to Grolcore. Now, I'm starting to wonder, he's starting to act a little weird ever since we entered the fen, so let's go and talk to him. So, clearing the way.
You take too long. Something calls to us deeper in there. Whatever it is, I will have its skull, or die trying.
Okay, so we can get a 530 pair of gloves, but it's not worth it. Ooh, upgrade. 550. Now that's worth it. Where's the 550? 550. I really do need to clear out my bags.
Speak.
This has been a problem ever since Pandaria. Secret of the fungus.
Where are my mushrooms? Yes, they smell. Wonderful. These will help me find the power of this marsh and take it for my own.
Okay, so now we have 2 additional quests. So, a Grim Harvest.
The larger monsters are the key to my destiny. I can feel it. The pods growing on them are even bigger than the one you brought me earlier. Get me a few of those. They will be helpful soon.
Okay. And then a Heartfelt Search.
I can feel a powerful presence in the marsh, Drakfu. I feel drawn to it. We must go and take what it is there. Go on ahead. I must finish consuming these mushrooms.
Yeah, a hunter on the shrooms doesn't sound to me like the best of ideas. Oh well. So we need to go inspect a strange fungal site, but first of all, we have to take care of these fungal stompers. And just get the pods off of them. There you go, there's the debuff. You feel stronger and faster, but the spores choke you and fog your sight. This can't be good. Oh no. Okay, so we have 2 of the pods. This will give us the 3rd. Die. Okay, so now we have all of those, and actually, this is the strange fungal site that we need to inspect. Looks like it's a drained fungal heart. Oh, hey, look, it's Growlcore.
Let me see it, up close. This has to be it. Dead or used up. I was so sure I would find what I needed here. Wait, I feel it. It's closer now. Quickly, to me!
Okay, so let's turn these quests in. Grim Harvest.
I need more of those pods. Many more! These will aid me greatly. I must consume them and take their power. We are close to the end, Drakfu. I can feel it!
Then a heartfelt search.
We are so close, I can almost touch it. We will have to go deeper, much deeper!
Heart of the Fen.
If only the trees here weren't screaming at me, I could concentrate better. Never mind, they are only trees. This spot is used up, but now I can feel a much stronger presence deeper in the marsh. I will go there and take what is rightfully mine. Then I will share it with everyone.
Okay, well that's creepy.
I will show them all my power!
You don't have to follow Growlcore. As you can see, he kind of disappears, but there's a fungal heart off in the distance. And this is where we're supposed to be, the Heart of the Fen. Uh-oh, and looks like Growlcore, well, he's become a very big boy. He's eating his Wheaties and everything. So hi, Growlcore.
You will not join the red. If you will not join, then you will die.
Sorry, I'm not joining anything. I'm gonna burn you down instead. And
we could have ruled Gorgrond with this red everywhere.
So as you can see, the marsh kind of took over at this point. Not very good for Growlcore. But now that we have unfortunately stopped Growlcore from spreading this around, we actually do need to turn this in, I believe, at Beast Watch. Yes. So, quick magic out while we make our way back to Beast Watch. Okay, we just barely got back to Beast Watch, so let's go ahead and turn this in with Marrow. So, Heart of the Fen. Growlcore was crazy to think he could harness the power of those mushrooms, but then most Laughing Skull are crazy. Still not a complete waste of time. So, we get a brand new pair of pants out of it. And is it better or worse than what I had? Not really. Okay. So now that we have that, there is actually an additional quest that we need to get, which is reagents from Rakthoth. So we're going to go ahead and grab that on the way. I'm trying to basically make it so that the wrap-up event we can finish the part with. So we're going to go ahead and head over and do reagents for Rakthoth. Oh, and there's Sore the Eradicator. And wow, that was a delayed quest completion music. That was great. Okay. But you guys will get a little bit of so we've been in the jungle area of Gorgrond. Now we're actually going to step into the more rocky crags area of it. So you could technically start your questing here and go via the arena and actually go down a different quest line in Gorgrond. It's one of those things that I actually do like that they did, and we really didn't get that again in Legion. So I'd like to see it again if we could possibly make it work. But I know a lot of people, one of the main reasons they probably didn't do it again was because a lot of people went the jungle path. It is quicker, it is easier, and you get the better benefit out of it. In fact, that's the cool part about all of the zones, is that all of them have that kind of a choice. Like, you go down this particular garrison route, and then it shapes your questing in the zone. So that's kind of why I think that didn't come back in Legion. A lot of people both liked and hated it, but at the same time, I kind of wish we could see it back again. Because it guarantees that you'll have a different questing experience on different characters. Like, if you don't want to go down the Shredder route for one character, you could go the arena route and just at least see what it was. So here is Dionor's Demise. Oh, and I know this quest line, so let's go ahead and talk to Rakthoth.
Everybody pulls their weight.
These blasted plants have ruined my hunting grounds. So reagents. Marrow sent you? Our village destroyed? It would have been back already if it wasn't for these cursed plant beasts.
I am here.
Okay, so she does have a couple of quests for us. Plant pruning. I have a hunting den not far from here, where I gather my trophies as well as reagents for the Laughing Skull. Not long ago, this giant plant monster charged in from the overgrowth and was killed by several of the giant rock monsters. Since it died, smaller plant beasts have sprung up and made a mess of the place. They have also cut me off from my best source of reagents. Kill them! I will attempt to reach my den and salvage what I can.
It is a good day to fight.
Then Ambassador to the Ancient. I have seen a tough-looking tree in that growth. It cries and moans, but it does not act hostile. It may not know how to get rid of these plants. Or it may know how to get rid of these plants. Go and see if it does. So we need to go meet with Burchus, or Burkus, I guess is how you're supposed to say it. And we also need to take care of these defenders. So we'll take care of the defenders as we go along. And as you can see, the Gorgrond are now fighting with these little plant monsters. Uh-oh. It's a Vade Bug. And can I now kill you? There we go. Well, that was... Oh, wait, and actually that did not count. So we need Dionor defenders. So, like Batani. There we go. And there actually is Burkus, so we'll take care of him in a second. Oh, no. Primal Growth. Not that kind of Primal Growth, people. So here is Burkus. Hi, buddy. Come on, talk to me. I should crush you, but what would be the point? I have failed in my duties and can only wait until I am crushed to dust. I thank you for not killing me. What duty have you failed? Dionor was a powerful and bold champion of our kind. He sought to break the ancient lines of battle and take the fight to the enemy. It ended with his defeat at the hands of several Magnaron. Here he fell, some of his energy creating a small sanctuary for those of us that remained, until I could fulfill my duty. But I cannot. What were you supposed to do? When a champion like Dionor falls, a death bloom will grow from his husk. I was to collect this bloom and perform a sacred rite here to release his life force back to the overgrowth. As I was about to do this, I was set upon by fur-covered two legs, and they took the bloom first. We tried to follow, but they raised barriers and used fire to drive us back. So now I stand vigil over my failure, until we are all ground into the tortured soil by our great enemy. So getting that bloom back might fix things. Interesting. Okay. There you go. Now that you've talked to Burkus, now you know at least what can maybe take care of him. But we don't care about that because we're going to start taking care of all of his little followers. Don't do that. I totally will do that. They looked at me funny, Burkus. They looked at me funny. They know what they did. And thankfully it doesn't take too long. All you gotta do is take care of these tentacles and these Batani. Boom. There we go. And that's actually especially helpful when you have Gorgrond attacking. Because then you can come in out of nowhere. Oh, jeez. Okay. I did not mean to go that fast. These little guys don't count, so... I need to find a way to get back up there. Oh, no! I have to go all the way out here, really? Well, dang it. Okay. There we go. So now I can remount. Now I can mount back up. And come back into the overgrowth. There we go. So we don't care about these Gorin. Although they care about us, apparently. There we go. Fine. Fists of Fury. You get my Fists of Fury. Whether or not you deserved it is entirely up to you. Let's see. That puts us at 8. We just need 4 more.
I need to.
There we go. So that's 9. 10. That's 10. Here's 11. And here's 12. Cool. So let's turn these in with Rakhthoth. Get me out of here! There we go. And I believe it's... Yeah, you just got to go up to this cave. This is where Rakhthoth is supposed to be. Here we go.
I am here.
It is good to see that nobody touched my work here. I chose this place to avoid those who would intrude on my collection. So plant pruning. They just keep coming back. I would hate to lose this hunting ground. We shall find a way to clear this growth, I swear it. Okay, so a 528 belt.
It is a good day to fight.
An ambassador to the ancient. So that is why the Saberon have barricaded themselves up there. They are good hunting, Drakfu, and I want to get in there. I have an idea about that. Shredder versus Saberon. After the Saberon stole from these plants, they were forced further up Steam Scar Rise and barricaded themselves in. I could not find a way to get in, but you have the solution. One path is blocked by a tangle of hard vines. I have heard that you have a machine that could cut through that with ease. I would get on a shredder and take those vines down. Alright, there you go. So that kind of moves us into her little subquest, which is to take out the Saberon in the area. And all you have to do is go up this path. And you already have kind of seen me do this, but this would actually be a really good hint if you didn't know you could do it. You just go up to these the strong vine barricades and use the shredder. Yay! Tonight you dine on turtle soup? No, not really. And this takes us into the Saberon encampment. So now we can officially say we've seen the Saberon. But first, Rakhthoth has quests for us.
Everybody pulls their weight.
Good work, but we need to move quickly before the plants realize the way is open. Okay. Steam Scar reagents. Now we get to the heart of the matter. Saberon have strong hearts. Our shaman find many uses for them. I will search for the ancient's magic. If you get me those hearts, do we have a deal? All right, so we just need to do that. And then here are the Saberon. They are basically cat people. In fact, one of the cool parts about being a druid is your final talent, if you were feral, actually lets you take on a Saberon form. And unfortunately, I never found it to be useful aside from if you wanted to go and use it. It wasn't an essential talent for feral druids, which was sad. This was a really cool design. But we also have this Saberon stash, so let's go ahead and check this out. Sacking of the Saberon. The stash mostly contains bits of old animal parts and other junk. Upon closer inspection, there are remains of a bundle of herbs and plants. Rakhthoth might be more willing to help if some of these herb bundles were found and gathered for her. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. But first, let's take on some of these Saberon. See, and again, that's actually a really cool design for a walking, like a bipedal cat. And that's why I kind of wish that the Saberon upgrade was not necessarily brought in as a talent, more as like a cosmetic upgrade. Because again, it really wasn't utilized. I remember a lot of endgame feral druids who were pissed off because they wanted to be able to use that cat form, but it was never a worthwhile talent to take. Here we go. Oh, hi, Mr. Saberon. We'll take your heart now. 5 out of 10. We have... Basically, we're halfway into this without even trying too hard. That's good. Come up here. More Saberon. And here's where I get to be a supreme dick, because ha 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 ha! Burn it all down! Burn it all down! This is abuse of the Shredder on the highest magnitude, and I don't care. So worthwhile to do it this way. There we go. We have all of our Saberon hearts. Now we just need to collect up all of the supplies. There we go. And there we are. Now, the sad part is that we actually do need to go all the way back down to Rakthoth. So, bonk. Now, somebody actually did ask in the comments before, like, can the Shredder die? Yes, it actually can. And then you lose it for the cooldowns. But you'll get it back, but yeah, you don't want to have the thing die. Oh yeah, and Rakthoth was actually in here. That sucks. Hi, Rakthoth.
I am here.
So, Steam Scar reagents. I will need these, I will need those hearts, Monk. Alright. Those are good, strong hearts. You have done well, Monk, and I will hold my end of the bargain. So you get the Steam Scar Saber, which is,
it is a good day
not very much an upgrade. And the Sacking of the Saberon. I will need more reagents before I return to my brothers and sisters. What about these? So they started storing their herbs in personal stashes instead of their storage dens. Good to know. You have helped me a great deal, Drakfu.
Everybody pulls their
Taking
weight.
the Death Bloom. You have helped me, and now I will help you, Drakfu. The bloom you seek is within the nearby cave, being pawed over by the new leader of these Saberon. Kill him and take the bloom back to the ancient blow. I hope this will clear out those plants and I can get back to my hunting. Alright, so all you need to do with this is head into the cave and take care of the Smoke Master Snarl, who is using the Death Bloom. So, hi, buddy! Nice out, Fury! There we go, so we have Dionor's Death Bloom. And we actually turned this in with Burkus, I think. Now I really wish I could fly. Not really. Again, I like the fact that we're kind of stuck to the ground here and it works. Legion, however, will be an interesting one because I actually can fly there, and I do want to showcase the way it was on the ground before I start flying everywhere. Burkus! We found your Death Bloom! You can now not mourn anymore! By the way, in case you want to know Dionor, this is actually it. He was a big Genosaur. Okay, let's turn this in. Do you have something for me, little beast? Yes, I do! You have brought me the bloom. At last my purpose can be fulfilled. So, laying Dionor to rest. You have given me a tremendous gift with this bloom. I can finally send Dionor back to the Overgrowth for good and end this nightmare. All that remains is the ritual. Stay and behold something you will never see again in your lifetime. So we actually can do this. Yeah, let's accept the quest. You will not be disappointed. Finally, my long adventure is over. Arise, Dionor! So there's his ghost, and he shall return to the Overgrowth. Aww. That's so cool, buddy. Ride off into the heavens. Okay, so just turn it back in. At last it is done. Dionor has left, and his spawn shall follow him in due time. I grow weary of this conflict, and the desire to return to the Overgrowth has left me. Perhaps I will travel beyond these lands and see what other surprises you little beasts have to share. We are going to go ahead and take the, let's see, haste versatility. Let's take the crit and haste. Take the crit and haste one. I like having crit when you're leveling, it just helps. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so that actually kind of wraps things up for these quest lines. Now we can kind of finish up Gorgrond, but first, we're going to head into the Overgrowth to actually grab a quick flight path in the Everbloom Wilds, so that we can just fly back to Beast Watch and finish things up in Gorgrond. We're actually making really good time in Draenor so far. We've already been able to complete a couple of zones pretty quickly. So welcome everybody into the Everbloom Wilds, and this is actually one of my favorite areas of Draenor, especially the fact that it has a dungeon to it, and that is the Everbloom. I know a lot of people who hate the Everbloom. I love it. I actually like the fact that it's this overgrowth that you kind of have to contain, and pretty much the only area where you legitimately deal with the Mittani as a threat, aside from out in these quests. Okay, so let's talk to Arcanist Windlebot. And we're going to fly back to Beast Watch, so quick magic out while we do that. Okay, we are back in Beast Watch, so there's really only one thing left to do in Gorgrond, and that is to talk to Grinslicer. And we are needed urgently at the Iron Docks for the final mission in Gorgrond, so let's go ahead and fly there. And the cool part is he's going to give us a little Ravager to fly on. But we're going to go to the Iron Approach and take the fight to the Iron Horde. So this is actually going to be a really great way to kind of highlight, this is what you would have been dealing with if you've gone the northern end. So you would have had to deal with some Magneron, some Earth Elementals, or Earth Furies on Draenor. They are Furies. Some Sky Terrors. The only thing that's disappointing is, unfortunately, you get to actually quest with Rexxar in this territory. So if you guys want to go see that for yourselves, you can do that. Or if you guys want me to come in here on a different character, I'd be more than happy to do that sometime later. But yeah, you get to quest with Rexxar from Draenor. And people might remember him from the Blade's Edge Mountains quests in in Burning Crusade, as well as he's kind of a pivotal character in the Horde's lineup. In fact, they added him to Heroes of the Storm, I want to say, almost a year ago. Rexxar was added, so you get to quest with him, but you also get to quest with him in the Garrison campaign. So here is the Iron Approach. This is like their big facility up by the Blackrock Foundry. Oh, and it actually moved us over to the flight path. That's probably better, so we can just get the flight path. So we need to confront Commander Gar up at the Iron Approach. Doesn't sound too hard, right? Well, we already have some Mechano Shredders up here, and there's Kaz. And here's Draka. So let's go ahead and talk to Draka.
We must protect our home.
I'm glad you made it here safely. Are you ready? Let's go!
Be brave.
The Iron Horde have no idea how much potential lies within the artifact. Let us give them a proper demonstration, shall we? Yes, we should. What kind of demonstration? So here's Commander Gar, actually.
There it is. There's my artifact. How foolish of me to trust Drak with something so valuable. It's a shame that you're too late to stop me. Surrender the artifact, and I will allow you to escape with your lives.
We're a little outnumbered.
We will never surrender to you.
So use the
Now is
artifact
time.
to
Use
eliminate
the
your
artifact.
enemies. So yay, we get to use this. And for some reason, my camera is just acting out. There we go.
So be it.
So this actually summons a beckoned Earth Twister, aka a Genosaur, to just nuke everything on the screen. Oh my gosh, he hurt so much. Well, let's just go ahead and clean up the Iron Horde. Bolstering their forces, defeat the incoming enemies using the power of the artifact.
Grunlings, attack!
Oh no! We have 20 seconds before we can use it! What will we do? I know what we'll do! We'll nuke the crap out of them until we can use it! This doesn't really matter much, so I'm not too worried about it. 3, 2, 1. Screw you! Well, have fun with this, guys, because you're gonna get all nuked into oblivion. There goes all the Grondlings. Oh, they even sent in some Shattered Chainmasters. There you go. Alright, so now we need to wait a little bit longer. All you gotta do is just defeat these incoming enemies.
The Iron Stars!
You gotta take care of the cannons first. Oh! And that can happen too, so let me get back up. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now I can just run my way back over there. You gotta get back quick, because the event is continuing to go on while you're making your way back. So if you take too long and you didn't use the artifact, you make things harder. Not just harder, you fail. And speaking of the artifact, use it! Now we just need to avoid the iron stars being used, which is not too hard. Okay.
You will never withstand
The son of Gruul.
the might of Gok.
Oh, hi, Gok. We killed your other version, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna kill you. Yeah, this is another son of Gruul, Gok, and we actually did kill this guy in the latter end of Burning Crusade questing. So it's time for us to kill him again. Except this time, he's more thoroughly armed. Mr. Fury! I'm a little overpowered for this, but you're supposed to use the artifact on him. And we will. So here comes the Genosaur. There we go. Defeat Commander Gar!
No! I will die before I let you take what is mine. You will not win this war!
The artifact! Has he gone mad? We must restore it. We must get it to safety.
See what weapons I have in my arsenal!
So technically he destroyed the artifact, so you don't actually get to use it here.
Pleasure.
But we're just gonna go ahead and use the Shredder, because I'm not caring.
Taro God!
Kill Commander Gar, there we go.
The defenses are shattered. We have won this battle, but without the artifact,
Hi, guys.
we have far to go. Let us rally back at your garrison, Commander. We must plan our next course of attack.
See, what I love about this is, like, this is supposed to be Garrison, but the text has actually been relabeled for Outpost. I have a feeling that when the stuff was recorded, it was the Garrison. So let's go ahead and fly back to Beastwatch, and for that, let's do a quick magic cut. All right, we are back at Beastwatch, so we have taken care of the Iron Approach. We have thwarted the Blackrock clan, at least for the moment. And let's go ahead and talk to Duratan.
All I need is a wolf at my side and a fellow warrior at my back.
Exactly.
Drakfu, we have dealt a great blow to the forces of the Iron Horde.
And for that, we get a trinket. One of... Oh, actually, no, this is an outpost building assembly notes, so yay! Putting the gore in Gorgrond. And we have now completed the questing in Gorgrond. Now, unfortunately, this is the one of two zones that you don't get any kind of a cinematic cutscene in. But that's okay, because the next zone, we actually will get one. But that's going to go ahead and do it for us today. So when we get back on Wednesday, we will be heading back to Frostfire Ridge to take care of some unfinished business, and then we will begin our questing in the next zone, Talador. In the meantime, though, like I said, this is going to be a big week, so make sure to check out Dungeons and Drakfus as we cover all of the dungeon and raid content for patch 3.3, Fall of the Lich King. And until then, we'll see you guys next time.